The Silent Revolution. Commander Elena Santos stood at the observation window of lunar base horizon, watching Earth rotate slowly beneath her. The blue marble seemed peaceful from up here, giving no indication of the revolutionary work happening in secret facilities across its surface. She checked her quantum-encrypted tablet one more time. The latest test results from Project Prometheus were promising. "Commander, the Arcturian delegation has arrived." Lieutenant Chen's voice came through her neural link. "They're requesting the usual tour of our primitive fusion facilities." Elena allowed herself a small smile. The Arcturians, like most of the Galactic Confederation species, took great pleasure in their scheduled visits to observe humanity's quaint technological progress. Their crystalline bodies would shimmer with barely contained amusement as they watched humans work with what they considered obsolete technology. "Tell them I'll be there shortly," she responded, straightening her uniform. These tours had become a crucial part of their deception. While the alien observers documented humanity's apparent struggles with basic fusion power, the real breakthroughs were happening far from their prying eyes. Deep beneath the Mariana Trench, in a facility known only as Deep Horizon, Dr. Maya Patel adjusted the controls of her quantum manifold chamber. The machine before her represented technology that the Confederation considered theoretically impossible, a way to manipulate the very fabric of space-time without brute force. Quantum coherence at 98.7%, her AI assistant ARIA reported. No detectable leakage in subspace frequencies. Maya nodded, her dark eyes reflecting the swirling patterns of energy contained within the chamber. For 15 years, humanity had maintained this elaborate charade. While the Confederation races bragged about their mastery of conventional faster-than-light travel, humans had discovered something far more fundamental: the universe's own shortcuts. "Begin test sequence Delta," Maya commanded. The chamber hummed to life, its crystalline walls containing energies that would make even the most advanced Confederation scientists doubt their understanding of physics. They had always assumed that faster-than-light travel required enormous amounts of energy to tear holes in space-time. Humanity had found a different way. Elegant, efficient, and completely beyond their comprehension. In orbit, the Arcturian observation ship's sensors recorded nothing unusual. Their crystalline crew continued their daily routine of monitoring what they believed to be humanity's fumbling attempts at advancing beyond their solar system. The ship's quantum detection arrays, sophisticated as they were, failed to notice the subtle ripples in space-time emanating from the ocean below. "Phase 1 complete," ARIA announced. Quantum tunnel stability exceeding all previous parameters. Maya allowed herself a moment of pride. The Confederation's dismissal of humanity had been their greatest gift to Earth. Their patronizing attitude had given humans the freedom to pursue theories that the aliens had dismissed centuries ago. While they focused on perfecting their brute force approach to faster-than-light travel, humanity had discovered that the universe itself provided natural pathways between points in space, if you knew how to look for them. Commander Santos finished her tour with the Arcturian delegation, maintaining her practiced expression of grateful humility as they offered helpful suggestions for improving Earth's fusion efficiency. The lead observer, a crystalline being named Zix-427, vibrated in what passed for amusement among their kind. "Your species shows admirable determination," Zix-427 said, their crystalline form refracting light in complex patterns. "Perhaps in another century or two, you'll be ready to attempt your first interstellar flight." "We are grateful for the Confederation's guidance," Elena responded diplomatically, while in her mind, she reviewed the classified reports from Deep Horizon. The quantum tunnel network was nearly ready. Soon, humanity would demonstrate that sometimes the most significant breakthroughs come from those dismissed as primitive. Back in Deep Horizon, Maya received an encrypted message from Lunar Base. The Arcturian delegation had departed, satisfied with their observations of humanity's apparent technological limitations. She immediately initiated the next phase of testing. "ARIA, begin full-spectrum quantum field generation," she commanded. The chamber's energy patterns shifted, forming connections with similar facilities hidden around the globe. Each one had been built in locations naturally shielded from conventional detection, deep underground, beneath oceans, or masked by Earth's own magnetic field. What the Confederation never understood was that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in raw technological power. It was in their ability to see patterns that others missed. While alien civilizations built ever larger engines to force their way through space, humans had learned to listen to the universe itself. Network synchronization complete, HFY reported. All nodes reporting nominal quantum coherence. Maya studied the holographic display, showing the interconnected quantum fields. Soon, this network would allow humanity to step onto the galactic stage in a way that would forever change the balance of power. Not through conquest or technological superiority, but by understanding something that had eluded the Confederation for millennia. The universe was not meant to be forced, but to be danced with. Commander Santos returned to her observation window, Earth still turning peacefully below. In her hand, she held a small quantum crystal, the key to humanity's future. The Confederation's laughter would soon turn to astonishment, but that wasn't the goal. The real victory would be showing the galaxy that true advancement comes not from power, but from understanding. The quantum crystals pulsed with their characteristic blue glow, a testament to humanity's silent revolution. In the depths of the ocean, beneath the Earth, and in hidden facilities around the globe, the future was taking shape. The galaxy would soon learn that sometimes the quietest voices speak the most profound truths. Breaking the boundaries. The first warning signs appeared in the Centauri sector. Confederation ships reported unusual fluctuations in their faster-than-light drives, subtle distortions that their most advanced sensors struggled to explain. The massive engines that had powered their civilizations for millennia were beginning to encounter something new, something that defied their understanding of physics itself. Dr. Maya Patel noticed the anomalies during a routine quantum field scan. The holographic displays in Deep Horizon showed ripples in space-time that shouldn't have been there, spreading like cracks in reality itself. She immediately contacted Commander Santos through their secure quantum link. "Elena, you need to see this," Maya said, transmitting the data. "The Confederation's brute force approach to FTL travel is having exactly the effect we predicted. They're literally tearing apart the fabric of space-time." In her office at Lunar Base Horizon, Commander Santos studied the readings with growing concern. The Confederation's massive ships, each one powered by engines that forced their way through space-time, were creating cumulative damage that their sensors weren't designed to detect. It was like watching someone slowly tear apart a piece of fabric while insisting the small rips weren't important. "How long?" Elena asked, knowing the answer wouldn't be good. "Months, maybe less," Maya replied. "Their ships are creating cascade failures in the natural quantum pathways. If they don't stop soon, interstellar travel itself might become impossible, or worse." The irony wasn't lost on either of them. The very civilizations that had dismissed humanity as primitive were about to face a crisis their advanced technology couldn't solve. But humanity's quantum tunnel network, designed to work with the universe's natural pathways rather than against them, might be their only hope. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, the quantum manifold chamber pulsed with increasing power as Maya initiated their first full-scale test. The network of facilities around the globe synchronized their quantum fields, creating a harmonious resonance with space-time itself. This was the moment they had been preparing for, though they had hoped to have more time. "HFY, begin primary sequence for Project Aurora," Maya commanded. The AI immediately began coordinating the complex dance of quantum fields, each facility contributing to a greater whole. Unlike the Confederation's crude tiers in spacetime, this was more like finding the seams in reality and gently spreading them apart. In orbit, the Arcturian observation ship recorded another routine day of human activity. Their crystalline crew remained unaware that directly beneath them, humanity was about to achieve what their civilization had deemed impossible. The ship's quantum detection arrays, sophisticated as they were, had been designed to look for brute force approaches to FTL travel. They were blind to the subtle elegance of human innovation. Quantum coherence at maximum, ARIA reported. All nodes synchronized, ready for first full-scale tunnel generation. Maya took a deep breath, her fingers hovering over the holographic controls. This test would either prove that humanity had found a better way, or she pushed the thought aside. Initiate quantum tunnel sequence. The chamber's energy patterns shifted, forming a perfect sphere of what appeared to be absolute darkness. But it wasn't darkness, it was a doorway, a gentle parting of space-time that revealed the universe's own shortcuts. The quantum crystals pulsed with brilliant blue light as they maintained the delicate balance of forces. In her lunar office, Commander Santos watched the live feed with carefully controlled excitement. The quantum tunnel was stable, its edges smooth and precise, unlike the ragged tiers created by Confederation drives. Initial readings showed zero damage to the surrounding space-time fabric. "Send in the probe," she ordered. A small, sleek device about the size of a human hand approached the quantum tunnel. Unlike traditional probes, this one had been designed to navigate the natural pathways of space-time. It slipped into the darkness without resistance, its quantum sensors transmitting data back to Deep Horizon. Probe has successfully traversed the Alpha Centauri corridor, ARIA announced. Transit time, instantaneous. No detectable stress on local space-time structure. Maya allowed herself a small smile. They had done it. Achieved faster than light travel without damaging the very fabric of space they traveled through. But her celebration was short-lived as new data streamed across her displays. The Confederation's ships were causing more damage with each jump, and the effects were beginning to compound. "Elena," she called through their quantum link, "we need to move up the timeline. The Confederation's drives are causing damage faster than our models predicted. If we don't act soon, there won't be any stable space-time left to save." Commander Santos stood at her familiar observation window, Earth gleaming below. They had planned to reveal their technology gradually, to ease the transition and minimize the political fallout. But now, it seemed the galaxy's most advanced civilizations were about to learn a harsh lesson about the price of arrogance. "Begin preparation for Phase 3, she ordered. "It's time to show the Confederation that sometimes the most primitive species are the ones who see what everyone else has missed." In Deep Horizon, the quantum tunnel collapsed with perfect precision, leaving no trace of its existence, but the knowledge they had gained would soon change everything. Humanity's moment was approaching faster than anyone had anticipated, driven by the very beings who had dismissed them as unworthy of serious consideration. The quantum crystals continued their steady pulse, a rhythm that matched the natural frequencies of space-time itself. Soon, very soon, the galaxy would learn that true advancement comes not from forcing your will upon the universe, but from learning to dance with it. Pride before the fall. The Confederation's emergency council chamber erupted in chaos. Holographic displays showed spreading webs of spatial distortion across major travel corridors, forcing thousands of ships to make increasingly dangerous detours. The Arcturian High Commissioner's crystalline form vibrated with barely contained distress as they addressed the assembly. "Another major route has become impassable," they announced, their translation matrix failing to hide their agitation. The Proxima colonies are reporting complete drive failures in their sector. 3 million citizens are at risk of being cut off from supply lines. In Deep Horizon, Dr. Maya Patel watched the crisis unfold through quantum-tapped feeds. The Confederation's desperate attempts to force their way through the deteriorating space lanes were only accelerating the damage. Each massive ship that activated its space-tearing drives added new stress to the already fragile fabric of reality. "They still don't understand what they're doing wrong," she muttered, watching another Confederation vessel attempt to breach the growing dimensional storms with raw power. The ship's massive engines flared with enough energy to power a small star, trying to tear open a path through space that was already dying. Commander Santos's voice came through their secure link. The Confederation has rejected our third offer to assist with their technical difficulties. Their pride won't let them admit they need help from a primitive species. Maya watched as her quantum displays showed another section of spacetime beginning to unravel. The Confederation's ships were like sledgehammers trying to crack eggs, effective in the short term, but ultimately destructive to the very thing they were trying to access. Deep beneath the ocean, Project Aurora was reaching its final stages. The prototype vessel, Starweaver, floated in its quantum dock, its sleek hull incorporating technology that would redefine humanity's place in the galaxy. Unlike the massive Confederation ships with their city-sized engines, the Starweaver was elegant, almost delicate in appearance. Final quantum matrix integration complete, HFY reported. All systems showing green across all test parameters. Maya walked the length of the ship, her hand trailing along its smooth surface. The hull was embedded with millions of quantum crystals, each one precisely tuned to resonate with the natural frequencies of spacetime. Rather than tear holes in reality, the Starweaver would slip through existing quantum pathways like water flowing through natural channels. "Begin full power test sequence," she ordered. The ship's quantum core hummed to life, creating harmonious ripples in spacetime that were virtually undetectable to conventional sensors. This was humanity's greatest achievement, not just a new way to travel through space, but a fundamental reimagining of humanity's relationship with the universe itself. In orbit, the Arcturian observation ship continued its routine surveillance, its crew completely unaware of the revolution brewing beneath the waves. Their sensors, designed to detect the brute force approach to FTL travel, registered nothing unusual about the quantum harmonics emanating from Earth's oceans. Commander Santos received the test results in her lunar office. "How much longer can we wait?" she asked, knowing that each passing hour brought the galaxy closer to catastrophe. "The Confederation's drive signatures are creating cascading failures in the quantum fabric," Maya replied, sending the latest data. "At the current rate of deterioration, we have less than 72 hours before the damage becomes irreversible. Multiple populated systems will be cut off from all FTL travel." Elena studied the projections with growing concern. They had hoped to reveal their technology on their own terms, using careful diplomacy to manage the political fallout. But the universe, it seemed, had other plans. "The Arcturian High Commissioner is about to announce emergency measures," she said, watching the secure feeds from the Confederation Council. "They're planning to deploy their entire fleet in an attempt to force open stable corridors through the dimensional storms." Maya's response was immediate and alarmed. That would be catastrophic. The combined power of their drives would tear apart the quantum fabric faster than it can repair itself. Entire sectors could become permanently unreachable. In Deep Horizon's command center, Maya brought up a galactic map showing the spread of spatial distortions. The damage was no longer confined to major travel routes. It was beginning to affect the fundamental structure of spacetime throughout the galaxy. The Confederation's desperate attempts to maintain their travel networks were like trying to hold together a breaking dam with bare hands. "Initiate final preparation sequence for the Starweaver," Maya commanded. "Upload all emergency protocols and rescue operations plans to HFY's primary matrix." The ship's quantum core pulsed with increasing power as its systems came fully online. Unlike the raw energy signatures of Confederation vessels, the Starweaver's quantum field was barely detectable, a whisper rather than a shout, a gentle request rather than a demand. Commander Santos made her decision. "Begin Phase 4 implementation," she ordered. "We can't wait any longer. Humanity will have to step onto the galactic stage whether we're ready or not." Throughout Deep Horizon, crews began final preparations for emergency deployment. The Starweaver's quantum crystals pulsed in perfect harmony, ready to demonstrate that sometimes the greatest power comes not from forcing your will upon the universe, but from learning to work within its natural laws. As the crisis in space reached its breaking point, humanity prepared to reveal that they had found a better way. The galaxy was about to learn that true advancement often comes from those who have been dismissed as too primitive to matter. Moment of truth. The Starweaver rose from the Pacific Ocean like a dream made real, water cascading from its crystalline hull as it descended through Earth's atmosphere. In orbit, the Arcturian observation ship's sensors suddenly exploded with readings they couldn't comprehend. The crystalline crew stared in confusion at data that contradicted everything they thought they knew about human technological capabilities. "This is Commander Elena Santos of the Earth vessel Starweaver." Her voice rang across all Confederation frequencies. "We are aware of your current crisis, and we're offering assistance. Please stand by for emergency rescue operations." In the ship's quantum control center, Dr. Maya Patel's fingers danced across holographic interfaces as she fine-tuned the harmonics of their quantum field. The Starweaver's core pulsed with soft blue light, each crystal in its hull singing in perfect resonance with the fabric of space-time itself. "Multiple Confederation vessels approaching," Araya reported. "Their weapons systems are active." "Let them come," Elena commanded, standing on the bridge with quiet confidence. "Maya, show them what humanity has achieved." The Starweaver's quantum field expanded, creating a gentle ripple in space-time that was unlike anything the Confederation had ever seen. Where their ships torn holes in reality, the human vessel seemed to dance with it, finding natural pathways that had always existed but had never been recognized. "Impossible." The Arcturian High Commissioner's voice crackled across the emergency channel. "Your species lacks the technological sophistication for dimensional manipulation. Our sensors indicate no conventional drive signatures." "That's correct," Elena replied calmly. "We don't use conventional drives. While your civilization focused on forcing your way through space-time, we learned to work with it. And right now, your people need our help." The Starweaver moved with impossible grace through the dimensional storms that had trapped so many Confederation ships. Where their massive engines failed to breach the deteriorating space-time fabric, the human vessel slipped through untouched, leaving no trace of its passage. Maya monitored the quantum harmonics as they approached the Proxima colonies. "First rescue corridor established," she announced. "ARIA, begin quantum field extension to create a stable passage for the stranded ships." The Starweaver's crystal matrix pulsed with increased power, extending a field of stable space-time through which the trapped colonial vessels could escape. It was like watching someone thread a needle, precise, delicate, and perfectly controlled. "This is impossible," one of the Confederation scientists transmitted. "You can't maintain quantum coherence at these scales without massive energy expenditure." Maya interrupted, allowing herself a small smile. "That's only true if you try to force reality to bend to your will. We found a different way." Throughout the galaxy, Confederation sensors recorded something unprecedented. The quantum fabric tiers were beginning to stabilize wherever the Starweaver passed. The human vessel wasn't just rescuing stranded ships, it was healing the damage caused by centuries of brute force space travel. "Multiple colonial vessels now entering the rescue corridor," Araya reported. "Quantum field stability at 97% and holding." Elena watched as ship after ship followed the Starweaver's path to safety. The very civilizations that had dismissed humanity as primitive were now witnessing the truth that sometimes the greatest advancements come not from raw power, but from understanding. "Commander," Maya called through their link, "the Confederation Council is requesting immediate communication. They're asking for our help in understanding our technology." Elena allowed herself a moment of satisfaction before responding. "Tell them we'll be happy to assist once all their people are safe, and remind them that this crisis was caused by their refusal to consider that there might be better ways than their own." The Starweaver continued its rescue operations, its quantum field creating safe passages through the storms of broken space-time. With each successful evacuation, the galaxy's power structure shifted. The civilizations that had looked down on humanity were being forced to confront a humbling truth. They had been wrong, catastrophically wrong, about humanity's potential. "Final group of colonial ships entering the rescue corridor," Araya announced. Total evacuation successful. No casualties. Maya studied her quantum displays with satisfaction. The Starweaver's approach wasn't just more efficient, it was healing the damage caused by centuries of Confederation travel. The natural pathways through space-time were beginning to recover, like a wound finally allowed to heal. The Arcturian High Commissioner is requesting permission to board, Elena's aide reported. They're offering formal recognition of Earth as an advanced civilization. Tell them we'll consider their request, Elena replied, watching Earth grow larger in their view screen as they returned home. But first, we have some conditions to discuss about the future of interstellar travel. The Starweaver's quantum core pulsed steadily as they approached their home planet, its crystalline hull reflecting the light of distant stars. In its wake, the fabric of space-time began to heal, showing the galaxy that sometimes the quietest voices speak the most profound truths. New dawn. 1 month after the Proxima crisis, the Great Hall of the Confederation Council looked very different. Where once humanity's representatives had stood in the observers' gallery, they now held seats of honor. Commander Elena Santos sat calmly as she watched the Arcturian High Commissioner address the assembly, their crystalline forms still showing signs of discomfort at the new reality. The transition to human quantum tunnel technology will begin immediately in the Centauri sector, the Commissioner announced. All conventional drive systems will be powered down to allow the quantum fabric to heal. We have no choice but to acknowledge that our previous approach was flawed. In Deep Horizon, now formally revealed as Earth's Advanced Physics Center, Dr. Maya Patel supervised the training of the first group of Confederation scientists. The aliens' initial arrogance had given way to genuine curiosity as they struggled to understand humanity's approach to space-time manipulation. You must unlearn your assumptions, Maya explained to a frustrated Arcturian physicist whose crystal segments flickered with confusion. The universe isn't something to be conquered. It's a dance partner waiting for the right approach. The Starweaver, now joined by sister ships Quantum Dreamer and Celestial Harmony, continued its work across the galaxy. Each vessel's quantum crystal matrix helped heal the tears in spacetime while establishing new, stable travel corridors that worked with the universe's natural pathways rather than against them. Another sector's quantum fabric has stabilized, Araya reported. Restoration is proceeding faster than our original projections. Commander Santos reviewed the latest reports in her new office aboard Lunar Base Horizon, which had been transformed into an interspecies cooperation center. The political implications of humanity's breakthrough were still unfolding, but not in the way anyone had expected. Instead of creating new tensions, the crisis had forced a unique kind of cooperation. The Proxima colonies are requesting priority access to quantum tunnel technology, her aide reported. They're offering unprecedented trade concessions in return. Elena smiled, remembering the same colonies that had once dismissed Earth's aid requests as unworthy of their attention. Tell them we'll be happy to help, under the same terms we've offered everyone else. Knowledge should flow freely, especially when it benefits all. In the quantum mechanics lab, Maya worked with her expanded team of human and alien scientists, teaching them to see spacetime in a new way. The Confederation's greatest minds were beginning to understand that their civilization's technological advancement had become their biggest limitation. They had stopped looking for alternatives to their brute force approach. The quantum harmonics are like a universal language, she explained, showing them the delicate patterns in the holographic displays. We didn't invent them. We just learned to listen and speak back. The Starweaver's success had triggered a renaissance in galactic science. Old theories were being re-examined, and new possibilities were being explored. Humanity's primitive perspective had shown that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from being willing to question everything you think you know. We're detecting new quantum pathways forming naturally, Araya announced during a routine scan. The universe is healing itself now that we've stopped forcing our way through it. Elena stood at her familiar observation window, Earth glowing blue and green below. The galaxy had changed in ways no one could have predicted. Humanity hadn't just solved a crisis. They had shown a new way forward, one that promised to transform civilization itself. The Confederation Education Council has submitted their proposal, her aide reported. They want to establish a joint academy here on Earth, focusing on what they're calling human intuitive physics. She couldn't help but appreciate the irony. The same beings who had dismissed humanity as barely worth monitoring now wanted to learn how to think like humans, but there was no triumph in her smile. Only hope for what this cooperation could achieve. The quantum crystals in Deep Horizon pulsed with their characteristic blue glow, but they were no longer alone. Throughout the facility, similar crystals from a dozen alien worlds added their own harmonics to the quantum chorus. Each one represented a different approach to understanding the universe, all working together in a symphony of discovery. Final data compilation complete, Maya announced to the assembled team of human and alien scientists. The quantum tunnel network will be fully operational across all major sectors within 6 months. The age of tearing through space is over. As she spoke, the Starweaver emerged from a quantum corridor near Jupiter, its crystalline hull reflecting the giant planet's storm-swept surface. The ship wasn't just a vessel anymore. It was a symbol of what could be achieved when civilization moved beyond force and learned to dance with the universe itself. Commander Santos reviewed the latest proposals for joint human-alien research projects. The quantum crisis had taught the galaxy a valuable lesson about the danger of assumptions and the importance of different perspectives. Humanity had earned its place among the stars not through conquest or technological superiority, but by showing there was always another way. The quantum crystals continued their eternal pulse, their light now joined by the glow of 1,000 alien technologies, all working in harmony. The galaxy had learned that true advancement comes not from forcing your will upon the universe, but from learning to see it through new eyes. And sometimes, those eyes belong to the ones you least expect. In the depths of space, reality itself seemed to sing with new possibilities as the combined knowledge of 100 civilizations worked to understand rather than command. The future was unfolding in ways no one could have predicted, guided by the simple truth that had changed everything. The universe wasn't a barrier to be broken, but a partner in the eternal dance of discovery.